ever wonder if God's left nut is bigger than his right? I do. Shoulders! We haven't done a shoulder day in a good hot minute, and that means we haven't done handstand push-ups in a good long minute. And I'm feeling presumptuous today, so I'm going to try and do the parallettes. If you don't know what parallettes are, it's pretty self-explanatory. They're right there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a kind of like a wall walk-up. I'm also going to do some handstand like attempts before I go into this, just like freestanding. These are, this is the exercise, like probably one of the hardest ones I actually still do. Not because it's good for bodybuilding and not because it's good for anything in particular that I'm like trying to work towards except for handstand push-ups. I just want to be able to do them. Okay, it has nothing to do with, oh, this is optimal, this is this, this is that. No, I like doing these and I want to get better at them. Okay, and I think that's totally fine. This is technically the first numbered day in my journey to becoming somewhat of a bodybuilder myself. Was that Willem Dafoe or was that Buscemi? I don't know, it was one of those two. It was like, I am two fellow kids. Maybe I can do it like off this. Whoa. Yep, still can't do it. Handstands are hard. They're not, I don't think they're supposed to be easy. You know, the human body isn't really meant to just do that. So, I also forgot to wear an undershirt, so this is probably gonna look really stupid. You guys will get over it. You'll get, oh, that's fine. Yeah, okay, parallettes are too hard. Still out of my league. Yeah, so that was too hard. Very much too hard. But I did 2, I think. I don't know, I'll have to review the footage and see if I even did 2. But now we'll just do one more set of walking up and that'll be our like super involved warm-up that also targets our shoulders and whatever. Shoulders are a finicky muscle to exercise. Basically what we do is this. 2 sets of this is like a pseudo warm-up. Then we do 2 sets of overhead press for the shoulders. And then we do some lateral raises or some shoulder flies, whatever you want to call them. I'm pretty sure lateral raises is the scientific term because you're raising along your lat, and that's the technical movement. Is it called flies because you're flapping your wings? Please tell me I'm not just like I never understood why they were called flies, but right now I'm having the epiphany. It might just be because you're flapping your wings, and that is literally the most Jim Bro stupid way to name something I have ever heard. And I love it. What I also love is my inability to do the parallettes. That pisses me off. When I said I love it, I was lying. I don't like it at all. I want to be able to do the parallettes already. What the hell, man? I even had a banger on. I had a banger on, and I still couldn't even do it. It just wasn't meant to be. Bro, if your anime personality trait is that you hate Gabi from Attack on Titan, get a new personality trait, dude. She's the most average character ever. Like, she's just a plot device. If you hate her because she's a plot device, then I guess cool. But there are better characters to hate in Attack on Titan, for sure. It's not Flock either. That dude is... like, his decisions make so much sense. I never hate a character for just being annoying, especially if their actions make sense. You know what I mean? Like, Flock... all he ever is known is the defeat by the hands of the enemy, you know? So, of course, he'd want to do everything he can to eradicate them. It just makes sense. And he was noticed by, like, his idol, Eren. So, of course, he'd be like, I'm going to do everything for them. But instead, like, everybody's like, oh, he's stopping them from doing something. When, if you think about it for a second, of course he would. Are you kidding me? Of course he would try to stop them from stopping Eren. Duh. Handstand push-ups acquired. It's time for some overhead press. Just 2 sets of these because they're not the best shoulder exercise, okay? They're good. They target a lot of the muscles, but they also don't really target any specific part of the shoulder. That's why I only do 2 sets of them. They are good. The lateral raises are better, okay? If you like these, there's literally nothing wrong with that. But since I do the handstand push-ups, it just makes sense not to dial in too much on these anyways, especially since I'll be fatigued already. Let's do a set of these. Crank it out real fast. I remember back in high school, I saw a guy do these, and he was like, man, I just feel so much stronger when I do them fast. Obviously, if you do the reps real fast, you won't fatigue at all, and you'll be able to get more reps out, but there's really no benefit in doing that. It's not like you're gonna be able to go up weight faster. The heavier weight's still gonna feel heavier. Just pace yourself, get good form, do the reps right. It'll work better every time. Man, I'm watching Andor right now, Star Wars show. I hadn't watched it before, but I started watching it because apparently final season came out and everybody was like, this is the best Star Wars project that Disney's ever made. So I'm watching it, can confirm it's definitely top 3 or top 2. It's banger, okay? It's very good. It's very well paced. It's very shocking. It's very enlightening, you know? It's good. I like it. The first season was really good, and the second season, it's coming together, you know? I feel like it's gonna be like a crescendo at the end, because it's a lot of time skips. In between like every 1 and 2 episodes, there's like a time skip, right? Because there's a lot of ground to cover between it and the movie that follows it, so it makes sense. But still, it's a little jarring, but I don't mind it. I don't want to do too many spoilers, but I'll say that like the character development and their roles in the rebellion, so cool. I've always been a sucker for a good like little guy film, you know? That's like my big critique of media nowadays, is they just hate to focus on the little guy. That's where the best movies are. Small, down to life, or down to earth characters and their small decisions leading to big impact on a bigger picture. Those are like the best movies, you know? And that's Andor, and I like that a lot. Because I guess, yeah, he plays a big role in the early rebellion. I get that. What I'm saying is that like he's still just one dude, and I like the look of that. It's very cool. I just realized they have this not sweaty looking one. I've been using this weird gross one this whole time, and I could have just been using this normal non-sweaty looking attachment that doesn't look 500,000 years old and filled with the sweat of 1,000 men and women, mostly their ankles. Now I can just slip right into a different kind of discomfort where it's just hard material. Love it. Yeah. Let's see how this feels, though. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's too heavy. Maybe not. Yeah, too heavy. Ooh. So if you've never seen these before, these are the same lateral raise as you probably do, but instead, I have an attachment that goes around my arm so I can get better leverage and do more weight instead of lower weight for higher risk of injury and less hypertrophy or whatever. I always say that word with a grain of salt because I don't want to come off as like some science lifter. Hypertrophy means something. And if you go to the gym, it should be important to you to know that term. Ooh. But it's not like I mean it in any special particular way. It just means exercising your muscle and getting stronger. But it's one word. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, stuck on 10 pounds on the lateral raise like everybody else in the world. Try this attachment. It feels good, at least, and it feels like I'm, you know, It's not that I have anything against doing 10 pounds on an exercise, right? It's just like with the rest of the world, it feels like you're stuck on it for a year, and you actually might literally be stuck on it for a year if you're like, you know, not pushing yourself hard enough, I guess. But it's really hard to when your arm can only go up this far so many times with that tension on it, right? Because basically what you're doing is there's science behind. Okay, don't drown this out, all right? There's going to be math terms, all right? There's a vector and an angle, okay, for that vector that you are hitting, right? That is long. There is a long vector from the central angular point, okay? And when you can shorten that vector, right, it means that you are straining that line less, so that you can then put more tension and weight on the actual angle point, okay? What that means is that you are able to move the weight more effectively because you have to distribute it less. Imagine this for a second, right? It's like the opposite of this. If you take 45 pounds and you condense it to a ball this size, it's gonna feel really hard to pick up, maybe even impossible for most people because it's so dense and the grip you can get on it is so little. But then if you take that 40-pound ball and you expand its atoms to a point where they're almost ripping apart, you could probably lift it up with one finger because of its buoyancy, the air around it, yada yada, right? Think about that, but in reverse, okay? If you take that weight and you spread it this far away from this, and you're trying to move it, you have to put so much tension on it. Just move it closer. Less tension. Basically, a bunch of science to say, move smarter, not stupider. Definitely need to be doing cardio more. I mean, I'm not winded. I don't really get winded. Mostly to do with the fact that I'm like not on anything, but I feel like I just don't, I don't know, man. I know cardio is good for you. I just don't want to do it. Somebody give me the most fun cardio you can do in a gym that isn't literally so boring it hurts. It's not that I don't like running, it's just that I'm bored while I'm running. I tried the Stairmaster, meh. I walk backwards every single leg day for like 10 minutes. You know, I don't know. I do cardio sometimes, but not like, I don't know. I don't really like intense cardio. We're not in this for the health benefits. No, I just want to get big as fuck. No. It's good to be healthy. Let me know. Give me your best cardio recommendations that aren't just boring and also weight training. Like, give me something that's literally just cardio but not boring. I'd love to know. Because I liked the sled push, right? I've tried that. But it's not really great for muscle targeting. It's a movement, right? If you like doing it and you're in it for like the practical strength of moving things around and being able to do that really well, it's really great for that, but it's not really targeting anything. So it's like good in theory, but I don't think that it's great at anything in particular. You know, it's like a Swiss Army knife of an exercise, but I don't want to do those. I want to do good for one specific thing exercises, obviously. So with that in mind, recommendations. Thank you. Okay, this exercise, it's a good one. We can do 2 plates on here, no more, no less. And we're gonna go up next chest day, not today, because it's shoulder day. But next chest day, we're gonna go up on this. So stay tuned for that, but for now, 2 plates is good. 2 plates is great. I like this machine on both chest focused and non-chest focused, because what we're able to do is hit every muscle in the chest pretty good on non-chest days, because you don't want to waste your energy. You've already used a lot of your energy on the main muscle that you're working for that day. And then this comes along and it goes, okay, overload that muscle with as much weight as you possibly can and hit just about every muscle only in your chest, okay? This touches the shoulders, barely it touches the shoulders, not really, okay? It's entirely a chest movement, with obviously the main auxiliary muscle being your triceps. If you're extending your arm straight out, it's just gonna be involved, kind of like a push-up. But you can't really avoid that on chest exercises, except for flies. And I don't like doing flies. I don't like doing chest flies, okay? They're not for me. I like this. This is what I like, and it works for me really well. So that's what we're doing. Let's see how many goddamn reps we can get. Dude, I am so hyped for JJK Season 3, bro. For those of you who are caught up on the manga, damn well it's about to be hype as hell. Yuta, the main boy, one of the coolest characters in maybe fiction, is going to be showing up. I'm actually a Yuji fanboy, if you couldn't tell. I'm a big fan of Yuji, like, to the point where, like, I'll accept Yuji Glazer as, like, a main form of, like, I'll accept it as a compliment. For the non-anime watchers, this episode's going to be really boring, sorry. It's just what's on my mind right now. But, like, dude, people think he isn't that strong by the end of the series. I don't know what you're talking about. Did we read the same manga? That boy is like, they say Megumi's potential man, but Yuji just showed up and he was, like, literally dogging everybody he ran into for the entire show except for in the beginning. What do you mean? What do you mean he's not one of the strongest, if not top 3 in the verse? Please. Who could kill him? Nobody. Nobody could. He was tanking shots from everybody for the entire series. What do you mean? It's only because of Sukuna that he's strong, though, so that's why I don't put him above Sukuna. I'm just saying that, like, just read the thing again, People read it one time and they're like, yeah, no, Yuji's like 10, maybe top 7. What? What? Bruh, why is it so heavy? Maybe because it's like 200 pounds, but still. I think it's split up. I'm pretty sure this machine is split, so I'm actually doing this per arm. Yeah, it's entirely split. About 90 pounds an arm, probably more. It's probably like 100 pounds an arm. Whew. Hey, that means on a perfect day, I could probably bench press the 100-pound dumbbell. No guarantee, obviously. I mean, like on a perfect day where I'm not fatigued in anything and I haven't done anything else for that day. You know what I mean? Like, get out of bed, take a shower, go right into bench press. Maybe I could do 100s. Maybe. I developed my favorite way to chug my pre-workout because, I don't know, man, I don't like drinking something for an extended period of time. Do you know what I mean? Where you just sit there and like gulp it down? No, that shit's like so monotonous and I hate it. I don't know why. It feels like you're like drowning. Does that make any sense? Probably not. To me personally, I don't like it, okay? Diagnose me with armchair diagnose me with whatever you want. I'm particular. I just don't like it, okay? What I found is you just take a gulp, put it in your mouth, and then swallow that as fast as you can. I could drink that thing in like less than a minute now, instead of chugging for like 2.5, right? Because that's how much I don't like it. It's very slow, right? Instead I just swig, gulp, down in less than a minute. Great strategy, love it. Wakes you right up too, because you're like in that moment, You're like trying not to gag and erupt pre-workout all over. In this case, it would be my car interior. Maybe I could do like weighted dips one of these days. Yeah, how about that? Next tricep day, we'll start with weighted dips. Sound good? Oh, I know it does. Ooh, I know it does. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that next tricep day. But before that, we have to do this again. I thought of another thing about anime while I was doing that set. Sorry, again, I don't mean to be repetitive, but what's this idea that, like, a show can be carried by its animation? I don't believe in that. Have you guys watched the Fate series? That animation's crazy. The story is so convoluted, hard to follow, and absolutely sometimes terrible. And nobody talks about it. Turns out, storyline matters a lot, and its ability to be followed, you know? Demon Slayer is carried by its freaking animation, dude. The main character doesn't go through any development. He's just perfect from the beginning. No, the fact that he's perfect from the beginning is the development, bro. That's the point. He has to go through the world with his unbroken spirit and have it be broken over and over again just for him to come back stronger. He starts off in the series as like the perfect big brother who does everything for his family, and then he loses his family, and he has to come to terms with that through the entire show. And everybody's just like, oh, perfect character, stupid, carried by animation, not even good. Bro, are we watching the same show? Yeah, it has some of the best animation, maybe even the best animation ever. Maybe one of the best anime fights, if not the best anime fight ever. Tengen, my king. I don't care if you're the weakest, you're my favorite. Love you. Anyway, like if we're talking brute strength, obviously Tengen isn't the weakest. He might be one of the top for brute strength. Straight up, the dude's muscles are the size of God's left nut, you know? Call back to the beginning. What a stupid, dim-witted take, bro. Oh, the animation carries it. No. A manga has to do good, and therefore for it to do good, it has to have a good story for people to read it. And then if it has a good story and people read it, then it gets animated. I know, revolutionary idea. I think that, man, the anime community could be so much better if it just didn't get most of the dumb people in the world to watch it. Because it looks pretty, and people like pretty looking things, and then they come up with the worst ever interpretation of it. And I hate it. I said I was going to go back to Beast last time because I liked that weirdo attachment we were using, what I deemed the freak attachment, but I think that this overall is better because, yeah, I have to engage my forearms and I don't want to, but I think the actual form is just, it's just better. Barely, but I think it is better. Overhead, tricep time, yes, these, but this way. I think the reason I want to do dips again, weighted dips, is because they're not good for targeting, but like I want to spice it up a little bit, you know? I feel like I'm doing the same exercises a lot, and that's fine, okay? Most people are here for the yapping anyways, okay? And I'm here for you if you're here for that, okay? But I also like to, you know, show some people some different options. I probably cut it out, but I had to try and say that like 3 times so that they can decide what they want to do, try things out, and see what they like, because like, yes, the tricep dips hit a lot of different muscle groups. They hit the triceps, the lower chest, they hit the, they're a compound exercise. And compound exercises are good if what you're going for is lean, strong, strength only, that kind of thing. They're not really great for bodybuilding, but if you weight them, you know, weighted dips, then you're hitting the tricep more because that's carrying the main load of the weight. You see what I mean? So I'll show those on tricep day. Went up on weight on those for like one set there just to see if I could do it, and I could, but with the ball joint there, it's pulling really hard in my grip. Maybe that's why people use that kind of attachment. The one I was using last week is because it doesn't really pull at anything too hard. It's all padded, which I guess is nice if you're a little baby. No, I'm kidding. Like genuinely, that's something you need to put into consideration, because I was losing my grip there, not because it was too heavy and not because my forearms are fatigued, but because it actually kind of hurt a little bit. And you can try to push through that all you want, but if your brain feels like you're in danger, it's gonna try and stop you from being in danger of hurting yourself. So yeah, that's a genuine consideration now. I have to be like, do I use the freak attachment or do I use the ball attachment? I'm leaning towards freak right now. Joke's on you though. I'm always leaning towards freak. I honestly think that last weight was too heavy because of the ball attachment, honestly. Or the rope attachment, sorry. Like, genuinely, I think that the weight I was on is doable if I'm doing this. Maybe not. I think for the third set here, I'm going to not do that, but I'm excited for the pump today, though. I'm feeling good about it. I think that I've been gaining just a lot of muscle mass. Well, I mean, like, a lot is relative, but I feel like genuinely I've been gaining a lot of muscle mass over this small period of time. In the past couple of weeks, I've been pretty generous in the gains, so I am excited for later today, which is after the next exercise, when we will get to see truly how far I've come at the start of this journey. My starting point, if you will. Since the birth of this channel, though, I have been putting on some major, a good showing of what I have to offer, though, which is, I don't know, I'm gonna try not sound egotistical when I say this, but pretty average gains. I know. Ooh, I know. I sound really full of myself right now, even conceited maybe. But I think what I have to offer is pretty goddamn average. And that's pretty chill. Genuinely, though, I think I'm actually having some pretty good progression, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Whew. Oh yeah. Squiggly bar time. As always, 2 sets of what I deem to be heavy tri push downs. Usually I go up to my max weight, and then I do a set of 1 rung below that, and that works pretty darn good for me. So this is what we're gonna do. And 4 reps is fine for me, honestly. I don't mind it at all. That's a good number to do on a very heavy weight for me. We're 3 rungs away from maxing out the machine, so that's pretty heavy, okay? That's not heavy, it's pretty heavy, you know, as this machine goes. But tricep pull downs are easy, and because you can get a lot of leverage, right, and you can really stabilize yourself while you're doing them, especially if you have a strong core. Ooh. There's a bucket in the lifting room, or the posing room. There's a leak in my roof. It's not my roof, but I wanted to quote Woody. So, yeah, there we go. Okay, it's time. I'm getting there. Oh, man. What the hell? Yeah, I look pretty good. All right, flexing time. Okay. That's pretty good. Yep. This pose leaves a lot to be desired. I don't know what this is called, but it's something. The tattoo looks good. The roundness looks very good. You know, this circular motion you want to get in here looks pretty good. The obliques are pretty good when I flex. They're very important. All right. I know the hair's a bit of a mess. Very sorry about that. I just don't want to put on the hat again for the outro. Thanks for being here. As always, y'all are amazing. You are everything to this channel, and you mean the world to me. So thanks for being here. And also, tomorrow is back day, back poll. So be there. Don't be late. Also, go check out the video that just posted yesterday at time of this upload. It is my what I eat in a day. So if you didn't see that, you might like it. I don't know. It was really silly, and I like being silly. It's fun. Anyways, today was pretty good. Nothing really crazy happened. We didn't hit like a shoulder max or anything. I think we'll do that next shoulder day. We're gonna go up to like the 45s or even at the 50s. I think I might start on the shoulder press so I can, you know, go up in weight. Tomorrow or the next push day is gonna be triceps. I think. Don't hold me to that. I'm pretty sure it's triceps. So we will try and hit a max on that as well. If not that day, then the next, because I want to do the weighted dips, but who knows. Either way, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Y'all are amazing, and go to the gym. Go work out. Stop procrastinating on anything. You know, get your work done, go to the gym, go work out, whatever you got to do, but stay active and stay cool, and I'll see you guys in the next one.